girl's restroom at the bar. Witness said, tears fled the head. I'm waiting, I guess she tweeting, I guess she confessed. She thinking less, not drinking less. Bathroom sex, best it gets. Spontaneous, I stereotype. Put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as I rise like fireworks. Smell through the bad, don't touch my perk.
Yo, hello everybody, and welcome to this edition of After the Storm, your OKC Thunder post-game show. Not feeling the best today. Sinuses are just wearing me out. Took some Benadryl, so normally I don't do a show after blowouts, but my guy Nathan Taylor was talking trash, and so I decided to go ahead and do the show. But when blowouts, there's not a lot to really talk about. There's not a lot to talk about this game, but I thought I would go ahead and do a show. Thunder took care of business tonight over the over the Memphis Grizzlies, and a lot of it had to do with the fact that Ja was not playing. So the Thunder, of course, improved to 17-8. The Grizzlies fall to 6-19. The Grizzlies ended up 19 for 54, Thunder 11 for 36 from three. 35% for them, 45 for us. From the field, 45 rebounds to 53. And then, of course, they lead the league in points in the paint, not allowing them points in the paint. And the Thunder just absolutely took care of business right there, which, of course, we are, in the top 5 in points in the paint when scored, because we have it like that. We're pretty good. And I like what I see every time the Thunder play. And so anyway, it was a very good game. Kind of first, the Thunder took care of business the way they needed to, as far as rebounding, defense, and all the things they did, turning them over early, which allowed us to do the things that get out and break, get out in transition. And once the Thunder are out in transition like that, they make all the difference in the world as far as what we can do and what we can't do. So appreciate watching that first quarter. But the Thunder did really good tonight. Did about what I thought they were going to do. So, usually I don't, like I said, I usually don't do a show because blowouts are blowouts. But tonight they took care of business. Oh, so you decided to join me, huh? My guy Nathan Taylor of YNB decided to join me, huh? Are you there, Nathan? I can see him, but I can't hear him. I guess he's not on, whatever. I can't hear if he's on. I mean, I can see these here, but he must have the mute on or something. But anyway, the Thunder came out with our normal starters, doing what we needed to do to get out to a lead. So I was really, at first I was kind of like, what's going to happen? Because SGA didn't even take a shot the first, 4 minutes or whatever. Then, of course, the Thunder are up by 6. And then once you substitute and bring in the 5, the defensive stoppers, which, of course, is SGA, Kaysen, J. Will, Kendricks Williams, and they had Wiggins in there. So anyway, Kendricks Williams. Wiggins wasn't in there, and they just made a nice little run at the end of the game. But of course, in SGA, which is where he normally scores a lot of his points, is when the backups come in because it allows him to do more of the things that he can do. Plus, he's playing against the backups, so it allows him to do the things that he needs to do as far as getting to the basket, spreading the floor, especially when Isaiah Joe comes in on the wing. They have to keep a man near him. Kaysen shooting over 50%. Oh, there you go. What's up, man?
Hey, not much, man. I guess I had it on mute or something.
Well, clearly you had it on mute, so that's why I just kept right on talking.
Anyway, man.
That's why I kept right on talking.
Whatever.
But anyway,
I'll be honest with you, man. I'm not going to be able to contribute much tonight, but
there's not going to be a long show. That's why I don't usually do one, because it's a blowout, bro.
When I was like, what? Okay, sure.
Yeah, but I will say this: Chet was absolutely ridiculous on the defensive end tonight, because Jaren Jackson brought him out to the 3-point line, so he wasn't in the paint, and then got a chance to do the offside stuff a lot that he does when Jay Will's in the game. So, like that aspect of Chet blocking shots and doing the things he needs to get us out in transition. And he was just an absolute beast tonight once again. So I liked what I saw from him in that first quarter. But like I said, when you brought in that next group of players, what ends up happening is the Thunder, they play better defense with that group, and then it gets out in transition, it gets out and runs, and that's why we were able to go up to get an 8-point lead to end the first quarter, simply because they got a chance to stretch it out with those guys. 6 for 16 from the field for the first quarter for the Grizz. Thunder were 3 for 9 from 3. 37% from them from the field, 52%. And once again, we were dominant defensively, getting out, not giving a bunch of open looks, and protecting the paint. If you do those things, that allows the team to only shoot 37%. Rebounds, 13. We got out rebounded by one. Then, of course, points in the paint, we were just dominant tonight. Chet on alley-oops, Chet doing spin moves, SGA doing what he does, going to the paint. Josh was aggressive going to the paint tonight, too, as well, which allowed us to have 18 points there in the first quarter. 6 turnovers for each squad, which, of course, we took care of that in the second quarter. We took care of that, but bench scoring only 3-2. So, but anyway, like I said, I liked what I saw from the Thunder that first quarter. Did you get a chance to watch the replay?
I did, yeah, man. I was getting ready to sit down and do it. I'm going to go ahead and watch it all the way through before I go to bed. But how many blocks did Chet end up with tonight?
Let me see. Chet ended up with, man, I don't feel good. Chet ended up with 7 blocks.
Oh, he's going to average like 3 blocks a game this year.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Did he play with Jay Will tonight at all?
No. They didn't need to. Mm-hmm. Not against this team. Mm-hmm. You can't play them both against this team because of the simple fact that Jaren Jackson is you need one guy on him. You don't need to. Yeah. He's more of a
they bring in any of the scrubs when it matters?
Jang played, but I mean, he can play in a game like this.
Sure.
That's what we're saying. 50-50 games, that's our point.
The only thing that caught my eye was the 3-pointers that we gave up. We gave up quite a few of them.
Well, no, early, yes. But when we made our run, no. We were getting out on them, closing out. But they were hitting wide open threes early. And, it's one of those things why Memphis is who they are. You playing no Steven Adams, no Derrick Rose. They didn't have somebody who else was hurt. Not Bain, but the other guy, Clark. He wasn't playing, and of course, Ja wasn't playing. So they had Tyrese Edney. He wasn't playing either. So they were out.
Is Brandon Clark still out from last year?
Yeah, his knee. I think he's still out. Yeah, he's still out. Mm-hmm. So, but anyway, they're depleted, dude. They're not gonna be very good. I mean, that would be just like if we lost SGA and Chet, and let's see who else would be pivotal. I can't think. That probably. I don't know who else would be pivotal. As those 3. Maybe J Dub, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, the game was pretty good. Then you start the second quarter. You started with a different group of guys in the second quarter. We started with. Let me see. Who did I have in here? The second quarter we started with Jang, Chet. Isaiah Joe, Wiggins, and J-Dub was the second quarter starters. So took us a minute to get going, and then after that we just took over. I mean, they outscored us right there in the beginning, and then we took over kind of midway through, about 7 or 8 minutes to go. In the 10 minutes to 9 minutes, we took over and took a run, and then SGA got in with about 5 minutes to go. Once again, they called timeout with 6 minutes to go, 7 minutes to go, and he puts in Isaiah Joe. It just floors me. Then once the ball gets going, then he brings SG off the bench. I just don't understand that. Why don't you just put him in the game when there's a timeout? Why are you putting somebody else in the game? I just don't understand it. I really don't. I mean, you got a timeout. What is 30 seconds? 45 seconds. Now that could have turned into 2 minutes, which it has before. So when you get a chance to get him in the floor, get him in the game. But he insists on doing it the way he does it.
Pivotal spots too. That one game you're talking about, that was a pivotal game too.
Yes, he's just what he does. And he goes, we've been doing the stuff we're working on. What are you working on? What are you working on that we've been doing? What have you been working on? I mean, you're doing the same rotation, doing the same. They haven't changed anything we do except we play harder on defense. Other than that, you're doing it. There's nothing. What the hell are you working on? I don't see them changing anything they've done other than when we're on them about something, they change that. But what the hell have you been working on? We need to work on SGA playing in 50-50 games, 40 minutes. Chet at about 35, 37. And J-Dub at about 35. That's what you need to work on. You need to work on your lineups. You need to work on keeping Jang on the bench in 50-50 games. That's the crap you need to work on. You need to work on,
You
not
need
the
to work
team.
on.
You need to work on as a coach. That's
Yeah,
what the hell
he
you
needs
need
to
to do.
work on building Giddy's confidence. He needs to be working with Giddy. Who he needs to be working with.
Giddy, dude,
He's
just
working with
leave.
Giddy to get
Listen, I'm
confidence
not
back.
going. I'm not talking about Josh. Josh got off the field problems, so that's a non-starter to me.
Yeah, no, but don't you think he needs to be working with him where he needs to be?
No,
In
dude, he's
spots and
mentally
stuff?
done.
Okay.
It's just you
All right.
can't play when you got off deal distractions like that. You got legal problems. He could go to jail maybe. I mean, dude, that's something. You're 21 years old. You can go to prison. Yeah, you're gonna think about that. Yeah, that's gonna be weighing heavy on your mind. But he played good tonight. I thought pretty. I mean, he's gonna have his games up and down. But in 50-50 games, the coach needs to work on. You need to work on as a coach, understanding how the hell the flow of the game works, understanding
Mm-hmm.
concepts of who do you play when. That's what the hell you need to work on. Talking about, oh, we've been working on stuff. I cannot stand to listen to any of the bullshit that he says. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, dude,
Don't you think that ship sailed though?
yeah, I'm just like, shut the
Don't
F
you
up,
think,
bro. What the hell? I said, the whole thing is he understands he's talking to people who aren't knowledgeable. Okay? That's who he's talking to.
mm-hmm.
So he's talking to the fans, the Oklahoma City fans who are knowledgeable. That's who the hell he's talking to. Because those of us that are knowledgeable, we want to shut the hell up. The hell are you talking about? You're full of crap. Because he is. He's full
Don't
of
you
it.
think that ship sailed though? Dude? He is who he is.
Yes, he is who he is. 100%. No, I don't try to. Listen, he's gonna do what he does. Okay,
Yeah, he ain't changing.
he ain't changing. And the reason why he ain't changing because he like they were making comments tonight about the G League and about dude. He coaches like he's still in the effing G League. That's how he coaches. When you're looking at Denver the other night, Denver, like we said the other night, Denver's a perfect example. You bring SG off the bench, they immediately bring in Jokic and Jamal Murray. They do that. They're bringing their best players in second, fourth quarter. You keep SGA on the bench. It's just like, dude, pay attention. That's why people don't understand. He costs us 6 to 8 possessions a game. He costs us. It's what he does because he's determined. He's like Billy Donovan. Billy Donovan was determined that I'm going to coach like I did in college, or whatever. No, this is a whole different level. You have to change whatever you were doing before has to change because this is the NBA. This is the association. This is not G League. This is not college. You have to change how you think because you've got guys who understand what's happening. And he costs us 6 to 8 possessions a game. And most people don't understand that you only get a limited number of possessions. That's what Russell Westbrook's problem was. You get 5 possessions, maybe 6, that you get in the fourth quarter late. And he costs you 3 to 4 because of stupid stuff that he does. You can't 1 or 2 possessions. You can't give those up at the end of the game. You can't. You can't afford it, especially in a close game back and forth. And that's what he does through his rotations. And like I said, I don't care if Jang plays in games like this. I don't care if he plays in Detroit. I don't care.
For sure.
I
He needs to play in a game like that.
I don't have any. It doesn't matter to me if he plays. Okay, it really doesn't.
See, that's the thing. I don't think it doesn't. It's not that it doesn't matter to me. I think he needs to be playing in games like that.
Yeah, but the problem,
but
Nathan, the problem is you're trying to get him experience, but if you put him in games like that count, the 50-50 games that you win, you can't afford to give away possessions. But that's why he only plays.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about games like tonight. Like he needs.
He agreed. I don't have any problem with him playing when his game is not going to matter. Yes, he needs to play in those games, but in 50-50 games, no.
Doesn't even. Well, we've talked about that 100 times. There are 10 guys. That's it.
Yeah, and the whole thing is either you're ready to win now or you're not. You've got one play. You've got 2 players you're developing right now, Chad and Kaysen. Those are 2 players you're developing right now. Everybody else is developed.
Yeah, no, but
we don't need to try to develop Jang.
That article you referenced 2 weeks ago, I mean, I think that's probably hits the nail on the head, doesn't it?
Yep, it does.
2 guys ready the rest of them more.
Yep. So,
the organization.
Halftime stats: the Thunder were up 15. When he put in his stuff, when he had the group in there and he put in his main guys at the end, Case and them just took advantage. SGA did what he did. The Thunder were up 15. The Grizzlies were now 11 for 30 for 29 from 3. Remember, and the Thunder were 4 for 13. We just did not shoot the ball well at all. Once again in the 3-point category, 40%. So they're up by 3 points. Thunder, of course, were still up by, we shot, 47 the first quarter, so up a percentage point. 21 rebounds and 23. Still getting, we out rebound. Remember, they out rebounded us first quarter. We came back out rebounded them the second quarter. Then points in the paint, we just went zoom. And like I said, they do lead the
Yeah,
league.
they were giving up some offensive rebounds early, weren't they?
Yeah, the whole thing is they lead the league in stopping points in the paint because of Jaren Jackson. But because we spread the floor so much, and like I listened to Mike Malone's comments the other night after the game that we beat the Nuggets, and he was talking about what Oklahoma City does, and he goes, well, we made mistakes down at the end. We were uncharacteristic. Yeah, that's because of Thunder's defense. Give credit to the Thunder. Okay, yeah, you lost and threw the ball away. Yes, because you were under pressure and the Thunder were coming. And you had guys on the floor with the ball in their hands that shouldn't have the ball in their hands. That's what happened. And then SGA got to the spot. He's like, well, it was a tough shot by SGA. We did what we needed to do, but he does what he does. That's why he's all NBA, first team all NBA is what he said. That's why he's first team all NBA. That's why he's gonna get to his spot and make his shot. It was contested, but it didn't matter. Bench scoring, Thunder 20-17 bench scoring. So, but the thing about SGA is he's going to do what he does. That's why the coach, the Nuggets coach, that's why he's all NBA. Yes, at the end of the games, he's going to close you out. That's what he does. He's a closer. And that's why the Thunder, I'm happy to see what they did with him. So,
well, you gave him probably his favorite shot in the world too. I mean, he's going to hit that 9 times out of 10. Dude.
Well, it's called getting to your spot. Okay.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
And his spot is he's going to do this. Yeah. He's going to do the spin move on the coming to the middle, or he's going to fade away on the baselines. Those are his 2 moves. If he's got to get a bucket at the end of the game,
he's probably got 4 or 5 spots, right?
No. I'm saying no. In the end of games, you have 2 shots that you need, 2 spots you got to get to, and he's either going baseline with the fade, or he's going to spin move back to the middle with the pull away. So if he's on the left hand side, he's going to do the spin move back and fade away in the middle, right at the elbow. Or he's going to go baseline and fade away at the baseline. If he's on the right-hand side, he's going to get you going left and then get you going right, come back and either do the step back right at the elbow, or he's going to go baseline and fade away on the baseline. Those are his moves depending on where he is on the spot. But you got to have a couple moves. If I'm on the left-hand side, these are the moves I'm going to make. If I'm on the right-hand side, here's the moves I'm going to make. If that makes any kind of sense.
This is See, to me, this is knowledge that I don't have that you have that I need to learn. So, yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, everybody gets to a spot. Like I said, Jason Tatum and Brown from the Celtics, neither one of them have go-to moves at the end of the game. Kobe's go-to move was the fade away. Michael's Jordan was the fade away. That's I've got if I'm in the end of the game, I've got a move that there's no way in hell you're going to stop. You know it's coming, but there's nothing you can do about it. Because of the way they execute that move, there's absolutely no way to block it. Because you can only go one way at one time. Your body can't go in 2 directions. So once they catch you leaning, and then they fade away, or they spin back, you're done. You can't get there. So, but every great scorer at the end of the game, you got to have a spot. And like I teach my kids, if you got to have a bucket, where's your spot? And like when I'm doing training with my older kids, they have a 5-minute shooting drill where they can only work on 2 spots or 1 shot. Excuse me. Here's your move. You got 5 minutes just to do that shot over and over and over for 5 minutes. Now Kobe did the same move over and over for an hour. One move for an hour. I tried.
It's one of the greatest.
I could only make it 30 minutes. A little over 30 minutes.
Would you think?
I couldn't do it.
Would you say? And I just don't know this. Is he harder working than Michael?
No, the problem was Kobe. This is why Kobe doesn't get any kind of respect, because he was a mirror of Michael. We had already seen he was Jordan. So that's why Kobe gets no respect. This is how I break. When I tell kids, this is how I break down the greatest of all time is Michael Jordan. The most skilled was Kobe, and the best all around is LeBron. It used to be Magic, but it's LeBron. LeBron is a more athletic Magic. But that's how I break it down to kids. I'm like, I said, this is the deal. You can't be the greatest if you're not feared. Nobody fears LeBron. Never had. Nobody fears him. I said, you can't be the greatest when you melt down in an NBA Finals. None of the top 5 in history have ever melted down. Jordan never melted down. Kobe never melted down. Kareem never melted down. Wilt Chamberlain never. None of them ever melted. Magic never faded. Now, did he mess up? Yes, but he never was non-existent in a final. LeBron was non-existent in a final. I can't put you as
Kobe was
greatest
five,
when
five and
you
one.
were non-existent in the most important tournament in the most important series in your life, which is the finals. You disappeared. You were non-existent. You can't be the greatest of all time when you were non-existent. That's why I have him at 6.
So is Kobe 5-1 in finals? Is that right? 5-1.
He lost to the Celtics.
Oh, the Celtics. That's right. I forgot. So he's 5-2.
Yeah,
He
lost to
lost to the Pistons, right?
Pistons and
Pistons and the
Celtics.
Celtics.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Kobe was, LeBron. Not LeBron.
Four and
6-0.
4 and something. 4-6. 4-7. And
Yeah,
should be
that's what I'm saying.
3.
LeBron is.
He should be 3.
Yeah.
He should be 3. He shouldn't have that one in Cleveland. That was Draymond.
What an idiot.
Draymond gifted him that. So, but anyway, we'll take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic. Appreciate those guys for keeping us up and running. SRB, if you have needs for engineering or surveying or planning, contact my guy Mark Long over there. He will get you back on that. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. Equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area to do our live streams there. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. You can go into the main bank at 401 Elm, YNB East, which is off the Parkway in 66, YNB Mustang, which is 218 North Mustang Road, YNB Parkway, which is Garth Brooks in the great city of Yukon, just south of I-40, or you can do YNB Peoples there in Bethany, which is the bank I always go to unless the commander is commanding me to come out there and yell at me for something. So that's what I do. DT Construction and Consulting. Contact my guy Drew Henthorne at 405-209-4051 for any needs that you have construction-wise, roofing, remodeling, or anything like that. Given estimates, he can do that for you. You can email him at dtconstruction2015 at Outlook. He's respectful, local, and loyal, which means if he has a problem after he finishes the job, call him and he will answer the phone and we'll come out there, as one guy said, lickety-split, and fix it up. Shelter Insurance, the Mark Pemberton Agency, proudly sponsoring, proudly serving the Middale area since 1982. You can go by and see them at 4609 Southeast 29th in Dale City, Oklahoma, at 405-670-2424. They're open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5, Fridays 9 to 1, closed Saturdays and Sunday. I need to call Mark tomorrow and get what their holiday hours are, because I'm sure they probably closed this week. I'm sure they probably are. So, but anyway, contact those guys. We'd love to talk to you. So the start of the third quarter, Thunder, of course, are winning. We do our normal 5, and we came out and just put them away in the third quarter. I mean, we shut the door on them quickly. They kind of came out, hit a 3, and then we missed a few shots in a row, and then all of a sudden we just laid the hammer. Chet made a couple great blocks. One behind the guy, he was all the way out on the 3-point line. Guy had made it to the basket, thought he had an easy basket. Instead of dunking and laid it up, and Chet caught him from behind and smacked it. Of course, we go down, SGA scores a layup. So Chet had some really, he's got 15 blocks, 16 blocks in 2 games?
16.
Yeah.
He had 7 tonight, 16, yeah.
Yeah, so 16 blocks in 2 games. And just his stat line was really, really nice tonight, which we'll talk about later at the end. But I thought the Thunder came out with some urgency in the third quarter and went ahead and they weren't playing with their food. They went ahead and ate all their food, got all their nutrients, and just took care of business and then sat down. That's basically what the third quarter was. I mean, we just put it on them. So outscored, and we were up 28 at the end of the third quarter. Remember, we were up 15, and we ended up being up 28 at the end of the third quarter. The Grizzlies were now 13 for 41 from 3. The Thunder were 11 for 27. They're now shooting 31.8%. That's terrible. They dropped a whole 10 percentage points. Thunder 47.9. We are still out-rebounding them by 7 now. And then points in the paint, we're up outscoring them by 26. points in the paint, which is just bad. And of course, they've got 17 turnovers, and we had 6 turnovers at the end of the first quarter. So we only committed two turnovers in between by the second and third quarter. We only committed 2 turnovers, so 8 turnovers total for the Thunder after the third quarter. And then, of course, our bench was outscored by 2, which really didn't matter because we did what we needed to do to handle business to take the lead. So third quarter was just, I mean, it was just pretty much a beat down. There was nothing.
Excuse me.
There was nothing there to be talked about. I mean,
Yeah,
I
no,
just
it sounded like it.
I just like the fact we didn't play with our food. You know what that means? We basically went out and said, okay,
Right.
we're better
Right.
than you. You made a couple shots. Let's just go ahead and lay the hammer and sit the fourth quarter. That's basically, let's get some rest.
They put the nail in the coffin right after
Well,
that.
because you got to figure you got to need to do that because Thursday, the next upcoming games, you got some games coming up. Okay, so
Oh yeah.
they just went ahead and got some rest. And so when you look at the overall box score, uh, Chet played 25 minutes. And his stat line was amazing. 7 for 14 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3. But 6 rebounds and 7 blocks.
Mm-hmm.
6 rebounds, 7 blocks, 2 assists, 17 points. Great night by him. J Dub in 28 minutes, 3 for 9, 1 for 3, and 4 rebounds and 5 assists. And he had 10 points. But he was playing into the fourth quarter, and I'm like, why the hell he was the only starter on the floor?
That's horrible line.
I'm like, why is he on the floor? And of course,
Yeah.
he and SJ ended up playing the same amount of minutes. Once again, our great coach, that's what he does. That's his pet. That's his pet boy. So that's what he's doing. SGA, it's a terrible stat line, but see, he's had just 2 games in a row. Maybe he's shot 11 for 13. They were raving on him, and then Denver game, this game, he's back to whatever, not even pedestrian.
Yeah.
SGA in 28 minutes, 8 for 18, 1 for 5.
Ooh.
13 for 14 from the line, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, 30 points, 30, another 30 piece, another 30 piece. Josh, I thought he played good tonight. 6 for 12, 0 for 4, but 12 rebounds and 4 assists. I thought he played good.
He needs to stop shooting a 3. Stop shooting a 3, dude.
Yeah, well, the problem with him is when he catches it and not even thinks, he shoots, he knocks it down. When he has a shoot like, oh, I'm open, he's want to do something else, then he thinks about it, then tries to shoot, or he's out of rhythm. So, but anyway, 16 points by Josh. Lou Dort, 21 minutes, 4 for 7, 3 for 6, 11 points. He had some big shots and big points and big spots, so I thought he did pretty good with 2 rebounds and 2 assists. Jay Will.
Hey, is that why you typically see catch and shoot numbers higher than overall 3-point?
Yes. Well, you don't think about it. You just catch the ball and shoot it, which is how you warm up. When you're shooting threes and warm up, you're catching and shoot. You're not even hesitating. You're just catching, just right in the flow of the game. Just catch and shoot. That's what he was not doing. Jay Will in 9 minutes, 1 for 3, 0 for 1, 3 rebounds for 2 points. Jay, 18 minutes, 2 for 5, 0 for 2, 4 points. Kendricks Williams, 15, 2 for 3, 2 for 3. I thought he played pretty good. He shot a ball that barely hit the iron and came right back on the other side and knocks down a 3 right after that. So, I liked his attitude. Like, missed it, okay, keep shooting. Sar played whatever. T-Man, oh, whatever. Isaiah Joe. Sar, well, of course, got 6 minutes. Trey Mann had 6 minutes, 3 for 5, 0 for 2. Trey didn't get any shots up. We had 2 assists. Isaiah Joe, 19 minutes, 1 for 3 from 3, which is 33%, but still not very good. Aaron Wiggins, 11 minutes, 1 for 4 for 2 points. Meechik, 7 minutes, 0 for 1, 0 for 1, no points. And Kaysen, 17 minutes, 3 for 6, 1 for 4. So that was Kaysen's night.
How much from the 3?
1 for 4.
Ooh, that's not a good.
Not very good.
He needs to. Well, he's gonna have a bad night, dude. He's been shooting the 3 so well.
Over 50%.
Yeah, it's number 1 in the NBA, dude. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I would say our last class of rookies, we got one guy out of them each year. We got Josh, then we got J-Dub and Chet, which of course is now.
Chet.
And then of course, and then we got Kaysen this year. So our last 4 classes of rookies, we've done well.
Jay Will was out of that class too, dude.
Yeah, Jay Will. That's right. You're right, J. Will. So
Yeah,
we got Chet, J. Dub, and J. Will. That was a good draft
that was
last
a
year,
great class. Yeah, that was a great class.
2 years ago. Yes, great. It did good.
You know, that might go down as the Thunder's best draft class, man.
Well, right
I
now,
know we got
right
Green
now,
and Grant. And,
and Jeff Green. We had Jeff Green and KD in the draft. So that's the
yeah,
best
and then
draft.
we also had Ibaka and Westbrook in the same draft too. But we'll see, man. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm gonna take the Durant over Westbrook because one's a generational player, one's just not.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just saying. But if you take Ibaka, I would take Ibaka over Jeff Green, though.
Yeah, just like when Westbrook won the MVP, he was not the best player in the league. When he won the MVP.
Yeah, and another thing with Ibaka too is where you picked him too. I mean,
well, yeah, second round. What was he first round?
Yeah,
second round.
He was 22, I think, 21, 22.
Okay. But I look, it's just like football this year. I mean, Brock Purdy, the MVP. Are you kidding me? Christian McCaffrey is a better MVP candidate than he is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean, your choice this year is Brock Purdy or Dak Prescott, the MVP. So you're the most valuable player in the NFL, and you give it to Brock Purdy and you know when I hear some of these dudes talk, I go, y'all shouldn't be allowed to have a voice. You're an idiot. The MVP to me goes to the most valuable player, which means the best player in the league. That's who it should go to. I mean, like this year.
I bet Drew wants me to start dogging the Cowboys again, dude.
No,
because
I mean,
it seems like whenever I tout them, they play like crap.
Yeah, well, the last two times I was winning my picks, and I had Dak Prescott as my quarterback 2 weeks in a row, lost both weeks. Took Dak off as my quarterback, and then put Brock Purdy back in and win. So it's like
you killed me this week. Did you see that? Holy
no.
crap, dude!
What was
you doubled me up at that.
Well, but I had a pretty good lineup this week, though.
You had almost 200, dude.
Yeah, I had a pretty good lineup this week. Everybody did well. Well, my tight end did great, and my running backs did good, and my receivers did good. Waddle did good with Tyreek out, so Waddle gave me some points, but I don't remember what the final deal was.
I want to say I think you had 4 or 5 guys over 25.
Yeah,
which is just crazy.
Yep. I had a good week. Well, Dak Prescott wasn't my quarterback. I'm not using him anymore as my quarterback because I lose every time.
I'd like to see that Chet found the stroke from 3 a little bit again because he's been having a rough time.
Well, I think that the whole thing is though, Nathan, when you're in the flow of the game and you're blocking shots and you're running the floor and you're in the flow of the game, it's a lot easier to shoot threes because when he shoots threes, it's usually he shoots well trailing like Drew talks about and Randy talks about. He catches it on the end and he's following as a trailer and shoots it in transition. He's a lot better transitional three shooter than he is just catch and shoot. Because remember the Denver game, he shot a 3, then he comes right back and has a chance to shoot it, doesn't, and the pass he can try to shoot again from a few feet over. Like, what the hell are you waiting for? You just made a shot from that spot and now you ought to shoot it again? So it's about rhythm and it's about getting into the rhythm, getting your shot up. It's not hard. So, but anyway, Thunder's next 6 games, or next 5 games. We have 5 games. So we went 4-1 this deal, which we thought we would be 3-2. 4-1. We always go 4-1 if we could play our best, but we expected to be 3-2 and 4-1 if we played the best, which of course we did. So now we're 4.
We didn't think we'd win that Denver.
That's what I said. I said the chart we could have. No, I said we have a chance to win. I just didn't think we would. It depends on who he plays. That's what I said.
Well, we all didn't think we would.
Right. That's what I said. I said we would be 3-2, or 4-1 if we play the best. If he does what he should do, we'd be 4-1, and we end up being 4-1. So now you have a tough stretch. Jesus. Clippers on Thursday, Lakers on Saturday, T-Wolves on Tuesday, Knicks on Wednesday, and Nuggets at the Nuggets again on Friday.
It's tough, man. It's gonna be real tough.
That's a tough road right there.
You could go 0-4 there, dude.
You go 0-5 or 1-4 very easily. You go 0-5 or 1-4 easily.
Right.
But it's going to depend on who he plays. Those are all, well, 4 of those games are 50-50 games. Clippers, Lakers, T-Wolves, Nuggets. The Knicks, we should be able to handle the Knicks, but we don't match up well with them. But
what? Man, they're good.
I know, but we don't match up well. But we still should win the game. But we don't match up well. The last time they shot outrageously from the three, it killed us. Last time they played here, but I think so the Clippers are coming at us. The Lakers are coming at us. I don't even know what the standings are, and I'll have them ready tomorrow on our show tomorrow. But I still don't.
And the Clippers are playing great right now.
Yeah, but they haven't beat really anybody. They haven't really beat anybody.
But they beat the Pacers tonight by like 30.
Yeah, but how about Cleveland? Boy, talk about Mobley's out with a knee, and Darius Garland broke his jaw. Darius Garland.
Yes.
They're
sucks, man.
They're in trouble. But the Clippers are playing really good, so we'll see what happens to them. They don't match up well with us. We tend.
Man, you got Kawhi and PG playing well.
I understand that, but we play well against them though. We just do. Remember last year we were playing well until he pulled SG out in the second quarter, the last 2 minutes, which he's never done, and then they went on a run, a 13 whatever run. I'm like, what the hell? You pulling SG out the game? What the hell's wrong with you? The end of a half, 2 minutes ago, he was out for 30 seconds. They went boom, 6-0 run, put him back in. What's too late? I was like, what the hell are you doing? Boy, he wears me out. I know people like that coach, like the coach. I'm just like, dude, I'm not a fan. But anyway, our next 10 games, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. But the Clippers on Thursday, huge game for us. Lakers on Saturday, huge game. Then of course T-Wolves the day after Christmas.
That's gonna be a tough one, man.
And we could be 0-3 easily.
Dude, and they're starting to play. I mean, I don't know. I thought kind of fool's gold on the Timberwolves, but man, they just keep going, dude.
They're legit.
Keep playing well.
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, he's great. He is great. I love that.
That's the Anthony Edwards.
At the time, what was that draft? Was LaMelo in that draft? Was he in the LaMelo draft?
I think so.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, in that draft, I was like, "You're taking who?" I was like, I don't know about that, but man, boy, they proved me wrong. Jeez.
No, I liked him the whole time coming out of college.
Yes,
Anthony
there
Edwards.
Was somebody in that draft.
No, he was a
there was
monster.
somebody in that draft that was better though. Yeah, but there was somebody in that draft. I don't remember who it was. Let me look.
Well, clearly he was not better because we don't know who it is.
No. I agree. I think coming out of the draft, I was like, wow, that's.
I like that pick myself. I like that pick.
Let me look at that draft, because I swear there was somebody in that draft that was really kind of, I thought would have gone ahead of him. 2020 draft, so that would have been the that era now.
All right, man. I'm gone, man. I gotta get off. I don't feel good.
Okay. Never mind. That was number James Wiseman, LaMelo Ball. Never. I was mistaken.
Yeah, but anyway, brother.
Hey, are you not feeling good, man?
No, man.
What's going on with you?
I took.
You don't have the Rona, do you?
No, it's the well, I was out with Ace yesterday, and out the dirt and the wind blowing and the cut grass. Dude, I woke up in the middle of the night, couldn't breathe. I mean, just my brain was swollen. I mean, it just, my nose was running. I had to take 2 Benadryl in the middle of the night last night just to be able to survive. And when I take the 2 Benadryls, they just knock me out. So that's why today I was just like, man, I'm out. I didn't get up. I didn't get out of bed. I got up at like 11:30, fed Ace, got back in bed and slept till 4. Yeah, I got
I hope you feel better, brother.
Well, I mean, I will, but it's just when the weather does this, when it's hot and cold, it throws my body off. I do this every year. It happens every year. I just deal with it because I don't really like needles. That's why I'm not. Thank God I don't like needles. That way won't ever be a heroin addict because I don't do needles. I'm not a needle fan. Not a needle fan. Just not. I don't like needles. So, or I would be taking allergy shots.
Like my daughter, dude.
Huh?
You just let my daughter say you want to get a flu shot.
No, dude, I'm not a fan of shots, man. I'm not a fan of needles, man. Not a fan of needles, bro. Not my thing. I could go
Dude, I
without
love
needles.
them. I think they're great, man.
Well, you
I think
go
they're
ahead.
great. You shoot me
You
up,
go
we're
ahead.
good to go.
Hey, you go ahead like all of you want to, brother. That ain't me at all. So, but that being said, the Thunder, of course, great game tonight. Of course, we'll talk about it tomorrow, and then we'll talk about what happened in the NFL this weekend and the Chiefs and Kadarius Toney, dude. Mahomes has about had enough of him. I can just tell you that.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you.
And now Travis Kelce's doing drops. It just now that's great. That's granted. He knew he was going to get hit on that touchdown pass. He had alligator arms. Okay, when he knew he was going to get hit, he had alligator.
Doubled the whole game too, wasn't he? Now?
Yeah, but that pass he dropped in the end zone. You know, he saw it coming. He knew he was going to get hit. He was protecting himself too. That was a business decision. You know, that's what that was, business decision. So. But anyway, brother, all right, have a good one. Stay out of trouble. Go back and watch the rest of the game so you can talk about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to see that stupid upcoming thing's not working. I'm watching the recap.
That's what you can watch. You can watch it that way tomorrow. We'll see what's up. All right, brother.
All right, Sam.
My guy, Nathan Taylor of YMB, appreciate him being on, and I appreciate you guys watching this edition of After the Storm, your Thunder post-game analysis show. Everybody have a good one.